Vita Mae Bellamy, who is the mother, will be played by Tamiko Gridley. Leon Bellamy, the youngest brother, will be played by Chance Zones. Oscar Bellamy, the oldest brother, will be played by Roman Hodge. Paul Bellamy, the middle brother, will be played by Brandon Rubin. Nelson Bellamy, who is Oscar's son, is being played by Zarate DePaz. Reverend Watts, and at the end, George Bellamy will be played by Rob Anthony Gray. Juliet Jewel Bellamy, who was the baby sister, will be played by Danielle Murphy. And Eleanor, who is a sociologist and friend of Paul, is being played by Mella McIntosh. The club, the Excelsior, is a real club. If you look on the back of your programs, you will see it. The play is set in 1965 in Charlotte, North Carolina. The events that transpired during the play are real. The Swan busing case is a real case. I am going to be the narrator tonight because, as the mercurial nature of theater goes, the narrator could not show. So we'll start with the setting. The Excelsior Club, Charlotte, North Carolina. The club is in Biddleville, a small section of town on the outskirts of the city on Beresford Road. Beresford Road runs right down the middle of the suburb, ending just before the city proper. There are many small stores around the club, 1- and 2-story brick buildings. Some still have screen doors to get some relief from the muggy North Carolina summers. The club is across the street from Cutting Heads, the barbershop owned by Oscar. To the left of the barbershop is the fenced-off grounds of the water department. Johnson C. Smith University is 3 miles away, up at Beresford Road. Scene 1. Vita Mae stands facing crowd. She is dressed for a funeral, complete with a veil. Leon enters stage right at a run. He wears a camel hair coat and a fedora.
Sorry I'm late.
Is that supposed to be funny?
No, ma'am. I'm just saying. Sorry I missed the service. Did they do a good job on me? You know, natural looking.
Well, you know how it is. They get them looking more alive than the last time you saw them. I think it makes it unnatural somehow.
Shouldn't Paul and Oscar be here fighting over what color the sky is? Where's Jules?
Your brothers are saying goodbye to the guests. They'll be here in a minute. Jules' bus from Boston is late.
Who says so? Let me guess. Oscar. I know you don't believe that.
Well, you know your sister don't do dead people. And Oscar loves to protect his baby sister, even if he has to lie.
Yeah, well, he learned from the best.
You got no right to be mean to me. Not today.
Thunder.
It's gonna be a cold rain. What'd you tell him about me? Don't you think that things would be better if they knew?
You wanted it this way. Remember?
Yeah, I remember. I just thought...
It's not your decision now anyway. I got everything under control. Once I get this family back together, get everybody in one place where I can see what they're thinking. Then everything will be fine. You'll see.
I don't know anymore, Mama. Maybe this ain't the right way.
It's not your decision.
They don't even know what happened to Daddy today.
They know what I told them. That's all they need to know.
I don't know, Mama.
Next scene. Vita Mae is now flanked by Oscar and Paul. Nelson stands downstage, arms crossed. All are dressed for the funeral. Jewel is upstage and at the back of the stage wearing a long black coat and shades. Paul, Oscar, and Vita Mae have their heads down in prayer. Paul and Oscar begin fidgeting, looking around. They open their eyes. Thunder.
I think it's gonna rain. I keep forgetting you went to weather school. You flunked out of that one like you did Johnson C. Smith? I didn't flunk out no Johnson C.
Hush up, both of you. Pay your respects.
caterers gonna cover up the food before they take it into the Excelsior, since it looked like rain.
How they gonna get in the club if you hit? Maybe you should go on back there.
What if Mom needs to settle up something with Reverend Watts?
I missed something? Did I die and leave you the oldest? Maybe this my funeral and nobody told me. Nelson,
Yes, sir.
this my funeral?
Daddy, it sounds a lot like a rhetorical question.
Nelson, ask your daddy if he knows what a rhetorical question is.
Oh my Lord. Is that not your little brother in that grave? How you two got to bicker like you've been hitched for 50 years?
Who would want to marry him?
Don't be stepping around my words.
Sorry.
When I asked the Reverend to give us a few minutes alone, I was hoping you two would join me in prayer. You might as well have left with everybody else.
Sorry, Mom.
It don't matter. I was hoping what children I've got left would all be together by now. Maybe we'll get a chance to spend some time after the reception. We've been too scattered. I want us to say goodbye as a family, to act like a family again.
Yes, ma'am.
Paul,
Well, it is a good thing to hope for, Mom.
What you mean by that?
I'm just thinking about the reception. I want to make sure everything goes right.
What's the big deal? Put out some food and drink, play some music.
and you two behave yourself. Now, here comes Reverend Watts. Mind your manners, boy.
Yes, ma'am.
If the reception's too much for have Mr. McGland move it over all across the street to Cutting Heads. I can handle it.
You can't have no funeral reception at no barbershop.
Like having it at your raggedy club is any better?
Good Lord. Paul, go ahead if you need to. It's all done here. Oscar can drive me home to get a little nap for the reception.
Reverend Watts entered stage right.
Reverend, that was a lovely service.
Thank you, Sister Bellamy.
And since when you don't call me Vita May?
I was just respecting the occasion. Vita May, Oscar, Paul, I want to offer my sincerest condolences.
Reverend, I want to thank you for making an exception and coming to the club today. We can settle up anything else there.
It's like I'm invisible to this fool.
Oscar, it does look like rain. Would you mind going to the car and getting the umbrella?
Mama.
Paul is leaving in a second now. Now both of you, go and get out of here. Nelson, go with your daddy.
I was gonna go with Uncle Paul in the club.
Go with your daddy, like I said.
Oscar exits stage left. Paul exits stage right. Jewel ducks as they turn and exits stage right.
He's growing up.
Growing up angry like his daddy. Reverend, I'm sorry about that.
No apology necessary. Ain't no right way to handle it. Your boys know what they need to. Paul's taking care of everything.
And Oscar mad because Paul taking care of everything.
And Nelson mad just because. I must say, it's been a blessing having his energy in the movement. They never really were close to Leon, were they?
No, especially not after he ran off with their daddy. I think that drove the final nail at... That was a bad choice of words.
Sister, by the May, I need to stop by and see the Swan family before the reception. Is there anything I can do for you before I go?
No, please, give Darius and Vera my best and tell them I understand they couldn't make it here. How are they doing?
As good as can be with the death threats they've been getting.
I heard about that. So horrible.
Oh, Lord, save me from myself. Here I am talking about somebody else's problems on a day like this.
Don't worry. It's all Nelson ever talks about. Do you think they'll ever be able to get that boy in that white school?
With God's help, one day. Lawyers think it could happen. We're organizing 3 separate rallies in support of Monday night, especially after those bombings at the beginning of the year.
They try and cut down a tree. We plant 3 more.
Praise the Lord. Look, I'm so sorry. I got to get going. I hope you understand. I promise.
That's fine. That's fine. You'll probably still get to the Excelsior before I do. I'm going to go home and take a quick nap. Now, if I'm not there in good time, you go ahead and start.
God be with you, by the way.
Reverend exits stage left.
Lord, this family.
Sustained American bomb raids in North Vietnam dubbed Operation Going Under began in February. The nearby continuous air raids. In local news, Darius and Vera Swan want their son James to attend a school nearby their home. But since the Swans are black, James is assigned to an all-black school further away. Lawyer Julius Chambers filed legal action today against the Charlotte Montgomery University of Education.
Hollywood, back from the Windy City, back from the Big Apple, Charlotte's golden son. Put your hands together for the one, the only Leon Bellamy, coming to you live at the Excelsior.
The Excelsior is an immaculate, tasteful jazz club, empty except for Leon playing the piano. There is a mirror behind the bar and a storeroom door beside the mirror. A banquet is set, covered food on the tables. There is a mirror behind the bar, stage left, on the wall, pictures and newspaper clippings. There are 3 tables. The middle is the main table. There's an open space to the right of the tables and the front entrance to the club, which is off stage right. Leon wears a camel hair coat and fedora. He moves quickly from one tune to another. The phone rings. The door opens, but Leon doesn't look up. In walks Paul. He walks briskly across the club. He takes off his hat and lays it on the bar as he steps behind the bar and pours himself a drink. He picks up the envelope, starts to open it, then puts it back down. He looks at the phone, still ringing, but does not answer it. The 2 men do not look at each other.
I see you working on your earlies, big brother. I'm home from the funeral early. Now drinking her.
Not all that early. Service is over. They'll be here soon enough.
Phone stops ringing.
How come you don't get that?
Not like I didn't know who it was.
What's with the envelope?
It was in the mail slot. Probably more bad news. It can wait. I should have gone into the funeral home business. Ever see the Wise family house? Bet the bathrooms are bigger than this whole place, and sure would be nice to have some customers that don't complain.
Shit, the dead ones might not, but the live ones still do. Why you put him in that suit? I told you he didn't like that tie unless it was the 5th Sunday of the month. Why you got his face all scrunched up like that? You make him look like he dead.
I guess you're right. Can't get away from fools no matter what you do.
What's that? I'm right? I'm right? Damn, this must truly be an auspicious
Don't
occasion.
start with me, boy.
Phone rings.
Shit.
Is it the bank? No, it's the liquor man, ain't it?
There ain't never enough money for this damn place.
Oh, I did my part.
How you figure?
When I came back here from the road,
Ha! That's what you call it? You came back here.
you bringing 6 hit records.
I ain't never seen no money from that.
Pack this place every night, even Tuesdays. We should be rolling in money. The hell we're rolling? We should be swimming in green. We should be doing all right.
All right? What you know about all right? Mama kept these clippings of you. Said knowing where you was like knowing you was all right. Los Angeles, Chicago, New York.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Maybe for you. But then, you and Daddy the ones who run out on the family and didn't write for 3 years or send money.
Yeah, but I did come back, didn't I?
Yeah, you came back. Guess that makes everything all right, huh?
Phone rings.
You don't get that one?
You got the money to pay them? Why you care all of a sudden?
You know, you right. What I got to be worried about?
I noticed you ain't asked about the funeral.
Ain't nothing there I'm interested in.
More folks than I would have thought.
But I guess you is.
Especially for an early morning funeral. Lots of people. Looked like the whole church and Excelsior folks. License plates from all over. You would have thought it was the second coming.
Man, church folk is all mama's people. I ain't seen none of them since I was old enough to